If you've ever downloaded a 16-week marathon training plan and looked at your work calendar and immediately thought, this is impossible, welcome home. Let's be honest, most of the plans are written for people who have nothing more to do than run, foam roll, eat and sleep. But for the rest of us, those in the Sub-4 squad, with busy lives, families, 9-to-5s, our lives don't just stop just because our spreadsheet says we have an 8-kilometre interval session on a Tuesday evening. I'm Paul, I'm not a pro, but today I'm giving you the minimum effective dose. Give me 16 weeks and I'll show you how to build a sub-4 hour marathon engine, even when your schedule is working against you. 16 weeks is the sweet spot. If you want to run a sub-4 on a busy schedule, you have to ruthlessly prioritise. You don't need to run 7 days a week, not even 6 or 5. 4 days a week, 6 hours a week maximum, and you only need to know about 3 different runs. Protect those 3 runs, and I can absolutely guarantee you'll have a great shot at aiming for that sub-4 marathon. Let's break those runs right down now. The easy run. This is the run that most people really struggle with because they just don't know how to pace it and they end up going way too quick. The idea of an easy run is to build your aerobic base. And if you can't talk like I'm talking to you now on an easy run, it means you're going too fast. We need to do it at conversational pace. We don't want to feel exhausted at the end of it. There are a few different types of runs you can do when you're doing a speed workout. And one of those is what I'm doing right now, a tempo run. And as you'll notice, I'm going quite a lot faster than an easy run. So the idea of a tempo run is to try and run for 20, 30, maybe 40 minutes at above marathon pace. So if you're aiming for a sub-4 hour marathon, that means your tempo run, you need to be running at about 5 minutes, 30 seconds per kilometre or above. And to really mix things up, you might want to swap your tempo run for an uphill repeats. So tonight we're doing a 10 by 300 metres uphill. And the really good thing about these runs are because they're going uphill, simulating running longer distances on a flat road. And also it's using different types of muscles. And if you're doing fast enough, it means the session's over a lot quicker. And then we have interval sessions, which is my favourite type of speed workout. So tonight we're doing 10 reps, 500 metres run with a 90-second rest. The really good thing about interval sessions is obviously they get speed on your legs for shorter distances, but also gets your heart rate up, and then the rest brings it back down. So this is the final rep, 10. Then we have the long run. And if there's any run that you shouldn't skip, it's this one. If there's only one run that you need to do per week to do a marathon, it's the long run. So a long run is meant to be done at a quite steady pace. And you'll be running anywhere between 10 and 15 kilometres in the first few weeks of your marathon training block. And that'll slowly creep up to 20, 25 kilometres. And you'll end up reaching around about the 32 kilometre mark as you enter the last 4, 5, 6 weeks. But don't worry, if you don't want to run it by distance, you can also run it by time. So if you're short of time, you can do your long runs, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, just to fit in to your schedule. And don't forget, your long runs are not only getting your legs ready for the longer distance, getting time on those feet, it's a chance for you to practice your hydration and your fueling. So really use these long runs as a practice run for the marathon itself. When you map it out, your 16-week marathon blueprint will look something like this. This is the standard split. Shorter runs during the week, long run on Sunday. And the key thing about any marathon training, especially when you're busy, is consistency. So choose a training schedule that fits into your life, as you're more likely to do it week on week. But if you're a parent and you need Sundays free for the kids, just shift it, move the days around. This is the family first split, getting the long run out of the way on a Saturday. Or if your job always gets chaotic by Thursday, use the front-loaded week to tackle the hardest miles when your energy is the highest. Consistency over specific days of the week. Protect those 4 days and protect those 3 types of runs. When most people want a sub-4, they train for exactly that, a 4-hour flat marathon. For a busy runner, this is a trap. One bad night of sleep, a stressful week at work, or a bit of bad weather, and your goal is completely gone. And we don't want to do that. To hit exactly 4 hours in a marathon, you have to run an average pace of 5 minutes, 41 seconds per kilometre for every kilometre. And that's really tricky to do. So what we do, we train for a 3-hour, 50-minute marathon. This gives us a 10-minute buffer. That means your tempo runs and your race day target lock in at 5 minutes, 27 seconds per kilometre. And it just gives you a bit of a buffer in the marathon itself. If you start off too fast, it means you can slow down as the marathon goes on. When your schedule gets chaotic and your legs feel like lead on race morning, that 10-minute buffer is your ultimate safety net. The hardest part of marathon training isn't actually the physical run, it's the transition. Going from a stressed employee or a stressed parent into a marathoner takes hard work. Take the friction out. Do things that are going to save you time. Put your kit out and lay it out the night before. Put your running shoes in the front seat of your car. Charge your running watch. Don't give your brain that 5-minute needs to conjure something up to get you out of that run. And if you've only got 20 minutes instead of 40 to do your easy run, take the 20. Consistency always wins every time. And for whatever reason, if you skip an easy run during the week, maybe because you've got to take your kids to the park or you have to walk your dog, put it in your training plan. That is exercise. We need to maximize the time that we have. If you also go shopping, maybe via your car, maybe walk and bring the shopping back. If you take the bus, maybe get off 1 or 2 stops earlier. We have to really maximize the time we have. If you're an office-based worker, make sure you have all your hydration, protein shakes at your desk available. You can also do some very good core and strength workouts right from your desk. When you're queuing up, do some calf raises. When you're waiting for your coffee to brew, do some little exercises. Get it in your training plan, whatever you do. You don't need a pro schedule and you don't need free, endless time to cross that marathon finishing line in under 4 hours. You just need 16 weeks of consistency and a plan that actually fits into your life. Don't concern yourself when you look at all these training plans, when they look overcomplicated with multiple runs a day. You don't need to do that. If you're in the middle of a marathon training block and you're struggling to keep your schedule together, drop me a comment down below and we'll work it out together. And don't forget to click on that subscribe button and join the Sub-4 squad as we attempt to get you under 4 hours in your next marathon. So until the next one, I'll see you very soon.